Macmillan Audio presents Radicalized, a novella by Cory Doctorow, read for you by Wil Wheaton. On Joe Gorman's 36th birthday, his wife Lacey called him 3 times in a row on his cell phone. He was in a meeting with his manager, a vice president who had rescheduled twice. It had taken 10 days and a latte to the VP's PA to get FaceTime with this guy, so Joe bumped his wife to voicemail 3 times. She was probably calling to wish him a happy birthday or confirm something about the big dinner they were having at his favorite steakhouse that night. "Do you need to get that?" The VP didn't really bother to hide his irritation. "Sorry," Joe said, and made a show of switching his phone off and pocketing it. He went back to his proposal. He'd found a logistics outsourcer who could manage all their returns, which was the most stubbornly expensive line on his division's balance sheet. He'd worked really hard on the proposal, and this VP could make or break it. Within a couple minutes, though, the VP's PA knocked on the door, and Joe's heart sank. Someone more important than him must have clobbered his long-sought time slot. But the PA, Gloria, a stylish middle-aged black woman who had been with the company for longer than either Joe or the VP, spoke to Joe, not her boss. "It's your wife, Joe." His guts roiled. He had never been more angry at Lacey in their 8 years of marriage. She knew that he had this meeting. It was all he'd talked about, when he'd talked at all, when he wasn't sitting at the kitchen table with his laptop working on his proposal. Jesus fucking Christ, couldn't she handle the stupid restaurant reservation or guest list or whatever on her own? She was a grown woman. It was his birthday. Some birthday present. "Sounds like you need to get that," the VP said. He sounded jocular, but there was also a sardonic eye roll in there that Joe couldn't miss. "Have Gloria set up another time, okay?" Gloria gave him a sympathetic look as he hustled out of the office, out into the parking lot where it was blazing hot and blindingly sunny. He took out his cell phone and unlocked it and called Lacey. "Lacey, honey." He only called her honey when he was furious with her. "Joe," was all she got out, and then she was sobbing. His emotions whipsawed. Lacey was not a crier. His mother had been a crier, and he dated some girls who felt everything so keenly that tears were never far beneath the surface. But Lacey wasn't like that at all. He was suddenly scared, the anger roiling around, too, but unattached. "What is it?" More sobbing, then a deep breath. "I saw the doctor." A long pause. Joe wanted to hang up. More than anything. Because he knew that he was about to go through a door that led out of his life as it was and into a new, worse life. It was a door that only swung one way, and once you went through it, you could never go back. There was a split second when he actually almost hung up on Lacey. But of course he didn't. It was stage 4 breast cancer. Metastatic, nodules in her liver, pancreas, and 1 lung. Lacey had 3 months to live. 6 if they tried for the most extreme interventions. Lacey had stopped crying after the first 2 days and had become a laser-focused, stoic self-advocate who had read everything and even found a Dying with Dignity Facebook group that she had become the queen bee of. She'd had all these picture books about kids whose parents were dying, and she read them regularly to Madison, snugging Maddie up on her lap and reading in the same quiet, sing-song story-time cadence she'd always used at story time, as though she wasn't preparing their 6-year-old for a life without a mother. The doctor laid out all the ways that her 3 months could be lengthened to 6, and Lacey looked her straight in the eye and said, "If you had what I had, would you try any of those therapies?" The doctor pursed her lips. "Honestly? No. I don't think any doctor would." "Thank you for your honesty," is what Lacey said, and Joe knew then she wouldn't be doing anything else. Just because you've decided to die of cancer, that doesn't stop everyone you know from consuming your last months on this earth by sending you links to miracle cures. They deleted these and politely told everyone, even their parents, to cut that shit out, but people can't help themselves. Lacey's mom found the link to adoptive cell transfer therapy. It wasn't Wu. The U.S. National Cancer Institute was part of the NIH, and they had gotten multiple papers on the therapy published in Nature, with huge numbers of citations. Joe and Lacey read the papers as best
Sample complete. Ready to continue?